Hello, everyone, and welcome to the last episode of my little series of, Italian travel advice by and for dumb tourists. Tanim, today we're doing Naples.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno indeed. Buonasera. My Italian is not good. Don't judge me. So today we're going to talk about Naples. First thing I got to say about Naples is disgusting. Naples is the grossest city I've ever been to, ever. And I've been to some very poor cities in the Middle East with some questionable sanitation infrastructure.
You will not be welcome back.
I've been to cities where you cannot drink the water in the Middle East, and they were substantially less gross than Naples. Substantially.
But anyways, you should check it out still.
Yeah, you should still go because there's a lot of shit around Naples that you should see. And there's a lot of literal shit within Naples.
On the floor.
On the floor, yes. Let me tell you, Tanim. So, how many times have you seen human shit in Toronto? On the ground?
Maybe a handful.
Like in your however long you've lived, in your 20-something years of living here, you've seen it maybe, we'll call it, 5 times?
Sure.
5 times. Okay. So 5 times in 20 years. I have seen human shit on the ground outside, not, people missing in the bathroom, which, is bad in its own, but... So I've seen human shit on the ground in Toronto once in my 10 years of living in Toronto. Once. And it was very clear, someone was having a bad time late at night and had no access to a washroom. So they had to shit outside of a Starbucks on like a gas line. So yeah, I feel for them. But
no pun intended.
Naples, within 5 minutes, as soon as I walked out of the train station into, I think it's like called the Garibaldi Plaza outside of this train station, I saw 2 separate instances of human shit on the ground.
Gotta take a dump somewhere.
And god damn, and I know. And the transit is also a mess because there's 2 different main metro lines, and one of the metro lines was, not working, and the other one wasn't run by the local transit authority. So you had to buy tickets for them separately, and you can't find tickets for it anywhere. And also the tram doesn't work. And also the elevator in the train station smells so overwhelmingly like piss, I can't use it. It's like, those red phone booths in London that you can't use because people use them as urinals. It's like that, but not outside. So it was bad. It was bad. And also a woman almost vomited on my shoes, and there was garbage everywhere. And I stepped in a mystery pile of gray goo. Gross. Which I think was shredded newspaper, the locals, were blaming immigrants for the shit on the ground, but I don't buy that at all. Because I was there on a Friday night, and I saw all of the white Italians walking around drunk, and they were the ones pissing everywhere. I do not buy it. You were definitely shitting on the ground before immigrants arrived. Do not try and pin it on them. It's really gross. But you should still go. Really, really gross. Holy shit.
So what should they check out?
Oh, right. I'm supposed to say the
supposed
stuff
to help promote
see.
it.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm never going to be able to go back to Naples again. Anyway, despite all that, I would still go back because there's good shit to see in and around Naples. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, number 5, the National Park of Mount Vesuvius. So, Mount Vesuvius very insidiously looks over the city of Naples. There's basically nowhere in Naples where you can't see Mount Vesuvius just looming over you, reminding you that it can kill you at any time. But the Mount Vesuvius Park, it's a really, really long climb to the top, if that's your thing. But, again, in my grand tradition of adding parks to everything, it's, you know, it's quite beautiful. The view is like nothing you can see anywhere else, just because it so dominates the skyline of Naples and the surrounding area. And it, you know, it's a lot more green and peaceful and less full of shit than
other places,
than the city of Naples itself.
Yep.
Yes. But yeah, an excellent view of the city of Naples itself. Yeah, check out Mount Vesuvius.
You can't miss it.
You can't miss it, unfortunately. It's coming to get you, man. It's coming to get you. Number 4 is the only Naples recommendation I have that's in Naples proper, and that is the National Archaeological Museum. It's quite a beautiful museum, and it has so Naples is right near Pompeii, the ancient Roman city that was buried in ash and is beautifully well preserved. But most of the Roman fresco paintings are not held at Pompeii, because Pompeii is, you know, a giant outdoor museum. They're held at the Archaeological Museum in Naples. So it's a big, beautiful museum full of Roman frescoes. It's, you know, wonderfully colorful. It's got nice garden squares inside.
Yeah.
But, you know, if the part of seeing ancient ruins you like is seeing like colorful paintings and frescoes that Romans do, definitely go to the Archaeological Museum, because it has more of those than Pompeii itself.
Yeah.
Lot of dicks in Roman art. Yeah, a lot of dicks. One of the statues was a dick with legs and griffin wings, and the dick had a dick.
Can't have too many dicks.
It was way too many dicks. So yeah, no. I was complaining about like medieval Italian art because, like, oh, it's the Madonna and Child, it's the Last Supper, like it's a little repetitive. But, you know, when I saw Roman art, it's always like, oh, this is the rape of so-and-so, and the pillage of whatchamacallits, and the murder of who's-its, and dicks. Here's a Roman centurion kidnapping a boy and holding him by the ankles. So maybe it's good that Catholicism taught us shame. I never thought I'd say that, but, like, you know, just seeing Roman art, the shame might have been a good thing. Like, if it isn't the Madonna and Child, it would have just been penises everywhere. Like, so many.
Right.
Way too many penises. Like, beyond what is within good taste. Good for you, Catholic.
Pre-prepared.
Yeah, good for you, Catholic Church, for teaching the Romans
have some censorship
to be ashamed. Yeah, it might have been for the best. Also, lots of good, like, ancient Egyptian and Neolithic artifacts as well.
Nice.
Number 3, the Amalfi Coast and Sorrento. So Naples Bay is Naples is in a bay, which is called the Gulf of Naples. There's a little, like, arm of land that goes around, and there's, you know, famous beachside towns like Amalfi, Positano, and you know, my personal favorite tourist trap, Sorrento. Sorrento's gorgeous, very tourist trappy. Don't eat there.
Why not?
Well, okay, so there's good tourist traps and there's bad tourist traps. This was bad tourist traps. Because, like, some tourist traps are honest and they'll give you, like, cheap food made cheaply. Like, they'll give you, like, cheap pasta, but it's Chef Boyardee. And it tastes like Chef Boyardee. But, like, they gave me a sandwich that was mostly mayo, and I'm still pretty mad about it. So, yeah. that kind of sucked. But beautiful cliffs, beautiful, not really beaches, but it's nice to swim there anyway. Like, they're very rocky beaches, but, you know, they have, like, stairs you can climb into the water. But the cliff is so high that there's like an elevator and, like, stairs through the inside of the cliff to reach the seashore.
Fancy.
So it's pretty neat. It's a very pretty town. I had a good time there. If you want something a little less
congested,
tourist trappy, go to the small town of Vico Equense. It's like Sorrento. It has the same cliff views. It doesn't have quite the same beaches, but, like, it's quieter and very pretty, and the restaurants there are fantastic. Vico in Sorrento, like, every restaurant you choose is wrong. In Vico Equense, none of the restaurants you choose is wrong. There's, like, I had, like, authentic trash Italian food there that was, like, what Italians eat when they think English people aren't looking.
Nice.
It's like deep fried hot dogs and shit. But, you know, beautiful cliff views of the sea, wonderful pasta. It's just a wonderful little place.
Cool.
But both Sorrento and Vico Equense you can get to there on the Circumvesuvia train, which is like, it's like a S-Bahn, like halfway between a subway and a commuter train.
Okay.
And you can use this same train to go to Pompeii, Sorrento, Vico Equense, and back to Naples. You know, you could stay in Sorrento or Vico Equense and like use that as your base of operations to go to Pompeii or Naples. I would recommend that. I personally prefer Sorrento and Vico Equense to Positano and Amalfi, just because there's very nice, convenient train access, and the train's like less than €2. It's great.
Nice.
Oh, and Sorrento is there's lots of ferries that leave from Sorrento, so if you want to see Capri or Positano, you can catch a ferry there. So go to Sorrento.
Good to know.
Yeah, no shit on the ground. Number 2, Herculaneum/Pompeii. These are the 2 Roman cities that were buried in ash and were preserved. Pompeii is really, really big. Like, it's interesting because it's not like the grandest ruins you've ever seen, like, you know, the Roman Forum, but it's really like an entire city that's just there. Like, if you ever wanted to see like what a Roman town was like and what the layout was and, you know, where their toilets were, and, you know, have a debate over what's a tandoori oven and what's a toilet, yeah, go to
Pompeii.
Go to Pompeii. Yeah, then there's, you know, a wonderful amphitheater, lots of nice frescoes. But the experience of it for me was just being able to like walk the streets of a Roman city, and there's like blocks and blocks of buildings.
Nice.
It's very cool. Definitely go see Pompeii. Not underrated at all. You can take the same like Circumvesuvia train from Naples there that you used to get to Sorrento. The train takes you like right to the entrance. So yeah, don't bother taking a bus or driving a car. Pay the €2 to get to Pompeii.
Nice.
So yeah, go see Pompeii. And again, Vesuvius is insidiously in the background. And then the number one thing I saw in and around Naples, again, not technically in Naples, was the Palace of Caserta. It was Kingdom of Naples's royal palace, and it's one of the gaudiest palaces I've ever seen. I think it's even more gaudy than the Palace of Versailles, and it has a huge garden, massive, absolutely massive. It's at least, I'm going to measure the distance on Google Maps right now. Yeah, the garden is like 2 kilometers long. It's huge. Like, it's so big that, oh wait, no, it's even bigger than that.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, it's like 2 kilometers long, 2.5 kilometers long. There's like a fountain that traverses like at least a full kilometer of the space, and there's like lots of smaller fountains and like Roman statues and temples hidden around there in the gardens.
Anything in the garden, just like flowers and shit?
It's pretty incredible. It's not like you won't have the same like manicured like shrubberies that you'll find in like Versailles, but it's definitely the most impressive and biggest fountain I've ever seen. Like, it's a 1 kilometer long fountain.
All right.
And then the inside is like so colorful and garish, and like the chandeliers are all made of like Murano glass, and the walls are like gold leafed and like covered in garish colors, and every ceiling has elaborate frescoes on it.
Fancy.
And yeah, it's the fanciest building I've ever seen or been in. It's quite incredible. And to get there, you take a commuter train from Naples to Caserta station. They have these trains called the Rock trains. I guess they're like the local commuter trains, and they'll take you from. It's like a 40-minute train ride from Naples to Caserta.
Yeah,
and you're gonna spend the whole day there, but it's definitely well worth it. The most beautiful palace I've ever seen anywhere. Buckingham Palace and Versailles and Élysée Palace have nothing on it. It's the best palace I've ever seen. Yeah, Go to Caserta. So despite all the shit on the ground, still go to Naples.
All right.
But really go there to like go all on the outside. In terms of food recommendations, Naples' cuisine is probably the most familiar to North Americans, like pizza and pasta and tomato sauce and mozzarella cheese and shit. And that's all great.
Yeah.
But do not dismiss kebab. Get some kebab while you're there. They like European kebab is like they put it on like a submarine sandwich.
Nice.
Like, you know, here you can get like the shawarma plate that's like on rice, maybe on fries if you're going to Osmo's.
A spit.
Or like wrapped in like a pita. There you can get it on like a submarine sandwich, and they put fries on the sandwich.
Okay.
It's amazing. It's great. Definitely eat it. Yeah. Eat kebab when you go to Naples. I found a kebab place. There was one kebab place called Talibanos, which I thought was really funny. But then I realized, I think Taliban just means scholar in Arabic or something, doesn't it?
Yeah, so it's not offensive.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I was just being racist. But yeah, it was funny. So it was like the scholars kebab place. But there's another kebab place by Garibaldi Station, like the Shit Square. It was so good I went back. Like I went back again on my way out of Naples so I could have a sandwich.
Repeat customer.
For the train to Rome. Eat your kebab in Naples.
All right.
Don't forget about it. Yeah.